Hi, Moonsia.
Hi.
Welcome to Paris.
Hey, thank you.
2 years I didn't see you, so I'm very happy to see you again. And I want to know a little bit about your webtoon, The Witch and the Bull. Maybe I'll try to make a resume, a summary to let know to the followers what is it about. So I'm trying to,
Okay.
So you can say anything if it doesn't work. Okay. So it's like a tale. Once upon a time, in an oriental kingdom, war was indeed 2 years ago against the wizards. Poverty spread all around, and the king Dio wanted a real equal treatment for humans and wizards, but his counselor Tan used to hate them. A very psycho-rigid and egocentric guy. One day, not a fairy play behavior, he used to decide to close Harrow Cafe, our heroine. And the night after, he became a bull. But it was not Harrow's fault, even if she was angry with him, and that he deserved this curse, right? She decided to help him and start a journey with him to find a solution without to know about his real identity, because she is the constellation's witch. Yes, that's right.
But I would like switch wizard, all the words from wizard to witch.
Witch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it took me a while to decide what I'm gonna call like the whole like even the male, the female. I think maybe they're all called witch. Like there's no such thing as wizard. Yeah.
Okay, witch.
Yeah.
Then, where does it come from? This name Moonsia. Have you learned drawing by yourself in a art school?
You mean the art skills?
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, like I always like to draw since I was 3 years old, and I've always been drawing. And then I think high school I went to this specialized art school. So I learned in fine art over there for 3 years in high school. And after I graduate, I worked in like animation studios. And from there, I also keep learning.
It was very large to learn, I guess, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, I like oil painting, I like watercolor, I like, how do you say, like carving and then like print?
I don't know the specialty, I'm gonna to check it.
Yeah. Yeah, so these things I love.
Okay, and Moonsia, it's where did it come from?
This name?
Yeah.
So this name was when I was around 13 years old. I wrote this story about this world, like everyone who dreams, like creates this world together in this place called Moonsia. And at that time I was setting up my own website, and I didn't know what to call myself because I don't want to put my real name outside because I was just a kid. And I was like, I'm just gonna put Moonsia because that's where dreams come true.
A very good idea.
Yeah, I think so.
It's belong to you too, so it's a part of you too. So it's very fun.
And it's something that roots back to when I was young, when I sparked this dream of become a comic artist. So I think it's meaningful, even though it doesn't sound like it means anything.
Sure. Then, your webtoon talks about the constellation witch Harrow, and Tan, transformed as a bull. They are making a journey. Why the stars and the constellations?
Why the charts?
The stars and the constellation. Why the stars?
Okay, so when I was studying video game design, I wrote this. I designed this game like in the project, and then there was like this. I designed this like a girl sitting on this ship called Argo Navis. It's one of the constellations in the sky, and then she like sails around the galaxy on the Milky Way, and then shoots the stars and light them up. And when I was like thinking about the story for Webtoon, I keep thinking, I was like, oh, I want a merchant turned into a bull. Just like it was a very simple story.
In the beginning, it was a merchant.
Yeah, in the very beginning, it was a merchant. Yeah, but then like I thought like, oh, it's kind of a boring idea, so I combined it with this project that I had back in school, and I also just thought like, wait, like zodiacs and constellations and like a bull. So originally, like it's not a bull, it's an ox. Like in Chinese, like in Chinese stories, like they normally will say like ox is like hardworking, is the resemblance of hardworking. So I thought like it's a controversy of like a very lazy merchant before. But then like I changed everything together and I was like, okay, let me just connect the constellation, zodiacs, and bull together and then make this work.
With the curse.
Yeah, with the curse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then like I was very like into like constellations and stuff.
Yeah.
So I started like researching like different kinds of like constellations, even a hair constellation. It was very interesting to me.
Anyway, your name is Moon. So
yeah.
Anyway, we are
in the night sky.
Okay. Witches get a magic stone, the word of their power. Humans turn them into slaves and deprive them of their stone. Was it very important for you to speak about this kind of slavery and freedom in this story?
Yes, I think so. I think freedom is something that I always crave as a child. Not that I was like trapped or anything, but it's just like the independence and like to be able to like stand alone and to be able to have the freedom to explore whatever I want to. And then like growing up, I see like there are people who don't have this privilege of doing so. You know, sometimes it's due to like, you know, financial situations. Sometimes it's because like they're literally trapped in some way. But anyway, like it was sometimes like I just like look at news and stuff, it reflects into the way I create. And that was the reason I put into it too, because I also thought like in this world, there must be something like this exist. Like it is not a perfect world at any means. Yeah. So I thought like, yeah, this part of it. And I also believe like witches and human, none of them is like a black and white, like good side or bad side. They each contribute like, you know, their own greed into this war and everything. So you'll see like a balance in between like both sides, what they've done to each other. Yeah.
The lore is very rich and original in your webtoon. Where did you find the inspiration for it?
So I found the inspiration in Croatia, Split, Croatia. So the first day I got to Croatia and I walk around in the town of Split. I walked into the old town, which is like the old palace, but turned into a town. And I was so fascinated by it because you walk into it, you see like the statues like that was originally in the palace, but now like they're part of people's apartments. So I was like, oh, whatever I create next as my webtoon or comic manga, whatever, it's gonna take inspiration from this place no matter what. And at that time, like I didn't have the idea of the witch and the bull yet, but I know that's exactly what I'm just gonna have that place no matter what. So later I started writing the witch and the bull, but like the world is a lot bigger than I originally thought. So Split is like the starting point, but later I expanded to the entire Mediterranean Sea. So I started to think about where I'm going to travel to take pictures, and then to do some sketches. And I included Turkey, Greece, and then southern Italy, southern Spain.
A little bit, a mix.
A mix of all, really, yeah. And then Morocco. I think Morocco is the one that really I took a lot of inspiration of, like Moroccan and Croatia together. That's like the main inspiration. Yeah,
it's a good mix.
I think so.
We've almost, for the moment in France, 100 chapters. So do you want to continue the adventure? Is it your goal? It was your goal, 100 chapters, or maybe we're gonna to have more?
Definitely a lot more.
Definitely.
Yeah, because when I initially thought it's gonna be 120 chapters, but then like I keep adding more things into it because there are important questions that needs to be answered that I didn't thought about before. Like when there's war, like there are actually a lot of things that has to do with it. And then I think more into it, I'm like, okay, there's this problem and I need to give this problem an answer. Sometimes I don't have the answer, so I need to more storylines to make it happen. Yeah. So,
to develop it.
Yeah, to develop it. And then also there are characters that people are very interested to know more of, like Tan's parents. Originally, their story is not part of the story, but people wanted to know. And I'm like, I wanted to know. I wanted to know too. So I decided I'm going to write a couple of episodes about them too. And then they will also come out later, like appear in the later stories. So because of a lot of like these spontaneous ideas, it now is like 100, in the US it's already like 100, I would say 44?
Okay.
144 episodes right now. Yeah, I'm making more.
Making more a little bit.
Yeah, but I want to like finish it within like 1 year.
1 year.
And I said that a year ago. I said a year ago I said I want to finish it within 1 year. I didn't. So now I say I'm going to finish within 1 year. Again.
Yes. Good resolution. If it's possible to say it, which character is your favorite and why? If it's possible to say.
It's a very, very hard question. I used to have a favorite, but now I don't know anymore. I still really like Dio the most. Yeah. Because I feel like
he's very tender.
Yeah, it is very tender. And I resonate with him probably the most. But I feel like he reminds me a lot of when I was a lot younger. And then when I imagine things very like, when I tend to, idealize things a lot more. But the truth is like the world is not very easy to be so idealistic. But, you know, but he still tries to make things happen. You know, he tries to make things work, and he tries to make his vision come true because he still believes like this world will have peace. And in some way, I also think the same. Otherwise, I don't think I will create this character anyway. Because like in like a group setting and in a lot of situations, even when I was a kid, I got bullied. I still believe there are good in each and everyone who bullied me. Right, so I was like, they do this because of some like inner reasons that they probably don't even understand too. So I thought like the best solution is more about to understand these people, where they're coming from.
Oh, it's very wise.
Yeah, if I may say. But no, I just thought like, because even when I have my dark side, you know, when they do happen, if I look deep into it, I know there is a reason why I act this way. There is a reason why I got jealous, and there is a reason, like, you know, of the reason behind it. If I got jealous, it's because like I'm probably not very confident, and what is the things that don't make me confident. So I feel like even for everything else in this world, like the way people react to things and stuff, like these are all connected to their inner reasons. And I think Dio is one of the person who can see that as well. Of course, like a whole kingdom, a whole world, to focus on each individual person, it will be very hard. But if you can spark ideas and like kindness around the people around you, they can spark the others too. So slowly it will be effective. I think in that, like me and him, we have this in mind.
Yeah, it's very good to think it about.
But not 10.
Not 10, but it's 10 a little bit, maybe the dark side of you.
Maybe. Or just like, you know, but it's like, he is like the type of person that I wish like Dio can spark something, like inspire him to change. And Arrow is part of that too. Yeah.
Is Arrow a little bit part of you too?
I definitely think so. Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Definitely like her way of dressing up.
Oh.
For sure. Her imaginative ways of like the whimsical part of her.
And her humbleness too.
I'm not very humble myself. Oh. I used to be, but now I'm a little bit, you know, I need to tone down a little bit. Sometimes I'm a little bit narcissistic, I would say.
No more.
Yeah. But she cries a lot because she has a lot of feelings inside. And I tend to cry a lot, but only when I'm like watching movies, like reading novels, you know. Like,
you're a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You're a girl.
Yes, I am.
So do I.
Yeah, so emotions, right?
Yeah. So now let's speak about the backstages of your webtoon. Are you preparing, are you used to prepare your chapters before to draw it?
So my first step for every episode is that I'll write a script. So what's gonna happen and what everybody's gonna like, their dialogues and what emotions they're going through, like facial expressions, and what is the vibe that I'm going for. So it's almost like a movie script. And this is the first step. And then the next step would be to draw it into storyboards. So these storyboards are, you know, they're very cute and sometimes very ugly, very simple. It's only for me to understand. And then where the dialogues are gonna place like the speech bubbles. And then after that, then I'll start drawing the episode.
Okay, and we talked before about, because we are in a cafe with a very good barista over there. And what about Arrow's barista skills?
Well, her barista skills. So, how do I say? In the beginning, when I created Arrow, in like the beginning of the story, like I decided she's gonna, like if she has like a second thing she wants to do, it's gonna be a barista. It's just because like I just really like coffee. And
so do I.
Yeah. And later on, this coffee theme tied up to the very end of the story. It has to do with the
a kind of achievement,
and it kind of wraps up the story in a way. And because of this, I was like, okay, I thought about this, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna learn how to make coffee myself. Yes, because I want to understand it more, and I have to learn it quickly. So when I was in Cape Town in South Africa, I decided to take a barista course. And over there, we learn about the trees, like what makes Arabica. So like all these things, like the beans, where they come from, and like what is the branch that. Anyway, and not important, but like different ways of roasting, all these things. And then we also like practice on like, you know, making how do you call it, like Italian style coffee. So we use the machine and stuff, but like what I really want to know, I already got it. It was like the about the beans. So that's the most important part for me. But by the way, like at the time, like when we're practicing, we're always practicing on flat whites.
Okay, Moonsia. So we have a little bit stuff, a little bit things to, how can I say it, think about. I'm looking for my words. Well, your webtoon is coming in France on 24th of January, isn't it?
22nd of January.
22nd.
Yeah.
So then in this interview, we have a lot of things to think about, to discover a little bit before the launching of your webtoon. and then I thank you very much to answer these questions, and have a nice day in Paris, and see you again in Angoulême very, very soon now.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.